Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? I hope that you would be okay. Today we will start the next topic of chapter number 10, gaseous exchange. The topic is gaseous exchange in human beings. Let's start. In human beings, gaseous exchange is carried out by respiratory system, which is divided into two parts, the air passageway and the lungs. First of all, we will study the air passageway. The air passageway consists of parts through which the outside air comes into the lungs, and after exchange of gases it goes out. The air follow the following path. First part is nose, then it goes into the pharynx, larynx, then trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveolar duct and alveoli. Next, parts of air passageway. Let's see each part of the air passageway in detail now. First part is nose. Nose encloses nasal cavity, and this nasal cavity is divided into two parts, and it opens outside through nostrils, and each nostril is lined by fine hair and mucus to filter air. What is mucus? Mucus is a sticky substance which has the ability to stick smoke and dust particles which are there in the air, and in this way these fine hair and mucus they filter air. Then the second function of mucus is to moisten the air also. And third function is it warms air. It keeps the air warm so that its temperature becomes equal to the body temperature. The next part of air passageway is pharynx. Nasal cavity opens into the pharynx. Pharynx is muscular passage for both food and air. It has opening glottis which is guarded by epiglottis. Nasal cavity it opens into the pharynx through two openings which are called as internal nostrils, and pharynx is a place where two openings are lying, one leading to the respiratory system and the other to the digestive system. So this is the place from where both air and food passes, and the opening which leads to the respiratory system is called as glottis, right? And this glottis is guarded by a flap of tissue which is called as epiglottis. This epiglottis acts like a door. Whenever we take food, and as soon as it passes through the pharynx, this epiglottis closes the opening of respiratory system which is glottis, and this way food does not enter into the respiratory system. The next part is larynx. Larynx is also called as voice box, and it is made up of cartilage. Do you know what is cartilage? Cartilage is actually the soft bone, and this larynx, it lies between pharynx and trachea. Trachea is the next part, and it is also called as windpipe. Vocal cords vibrate to produce sound. Larynx is as it is voice box, that's why it is a box which produces sound in our body. Vocal cords are actually two bands which are stretched in larynx, and whenever air passes through it, it vibrates these vocal cords, and with the movement of other structures like cheeks and movement of cheeks and tongue, jaws, we are able to produce a specific sound. So voice box enable us to produce different sounds, and or in other words we can say that it helps us to speak. Next part is trachea. It is also called as windpipe. It lies next to the larynx. It is 12 centimeter long pipe with cartilaginous rings, and these cartilaginous rings are C-shaped rings. And why are they present in the wall of trachea? Just because they help the windpipe to remain open throughout. right, if air is there inside this pipe or not. These rings keep the trachea or windpipe always open. Next part is bronchi. Trachea divides into two bronchi. It also has C-shaped rings. Each bronchus enters into a lung. Next is parts of air passageways. We are continued with this the same topic. The next part is bronchioles. These are fine tubules in lungs, each as each bronchus divides and redivides and form bronchioles, and these bronchioles then end up at a very fine tube which is called as alveolar duct. Okay, each duct opens into a cluster of pouches called alveoli. As you can see in the diagram, these alveoli or air sacs resemble to the bunch of grapes. They look like the bunch of grape, and these alveoli are actually the places where actual gaseous exchange take place. Let's see the structure of alveoli now. Alveoli are sac-like, lined by a single layer of epithelium. They are sac-like structures and they have a single layer of epithelium. If it is single layer, it means that it is very thin, so thin that gaseous exchange can easily take place. Each alveolus is bound on the outer side by a network of capillaries. And how this network of capillaries form? It is formed due to the branching of pulmonary artery. And what is pulmonary artery? As you have studied in class 9, pulmonary artery is the vein, blood vessel, which takes deoxygenated blood from heart to the lungs, and this is the only artery in our body which is having deoxygenated blood. So whenever it enters into the lung, it divides into smaller branches which are called as arterioles, and these arterioles further divide and redivide, and they form a network of capillaries which surround alveoli. These capillaries then reunite and they form venules, and then these venules reunite and they form pulmonary vein, which leaves the lung with oxygenated blood. So this is how blood supply is given to the lung, and blood takes in oxygen and releases carbon dioxide in the lung. Then let's see the next. The next part is the lung. Lung is the second part of respiratory system. There is a pair of lungs in human body in thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity is also called as chest cavity. The chest wall is made up of 12 pairs of ribs. So 12 pairs of ribs make chest wall. Okay. There lies intercostal muscles between ribs for the expansion of chest cavity during breathing. So what is there between ribs? Intercostal muscles are there, and these are the muscles which expand and relax, and they result in the expansion and contraction of the chest cavity during breathing process. Left lung is smaller with having 2 lobes, and right lung is bigger with 3 lobes. Both lungs are enclosed by 2 pleural membranes. So both lungs, they are not just suspended in the chest cavity, they are enclosed by a specific membrane which is named as pleural membrane. These membranes enclose a lubricating fluid for the free expansion and contraction of lungs. Then just below the lungs there lie a thick muscular diaphragm, and the movement of this diaphragm help us to breathe. We will see its role in the next topic. Next is there are some questions over here. Answer the following questions as a feedback. These are short questions. First is, how is air filtered in nasal cavity? Number 2, food does not enter respiratory tract during passing through pharynx. Why? Number 3, what is voice box? Number 4, describe the structure of alveoli. Number 5, what do you know about the external structure of lungs? You would answer all these questions. You will do all these questions in your copy, and after that, by the end of this chapter, you would give me its image. I hope you have understood the topic, and just go through the topic in your book, and after that you would be able to understand it more easily. Okay girls, Allah Hafiz, take care.